What if who you are isn't the real you? Chapter 4. Is the real you your thoughts because you think them? Is it your feelings because you feel them? Is it what you have because you have it? Is it what you do because you do it? When you say my, for example, this is my hand, you are describing a possession. Who owns your hand? Your I owns your hand. However, often your me has taken control of your possessions and wants to use them to satisfy the wants of others in your search for acceptance and approval. Your I is not a noun, it's a verb, because you are a process ever-changing. You are recognized by others because of your shape and features, the outside part of you, or perhaps your attitudes and opinions, the inside part of you. These are parts of your me. If you change your hairstyle or the style of the clothes you wear, people will notice and perhaps approve or disapprove. When you change your expression of who you are, they will notice that and judge it too. Think of the flame of a lit candle. You recognize the shape of the flame, even though it is continually changing. It looks almost static, but it is a process, ever-changing, just like you are. Let's consider a piece of fruit, a banana, for example. We judge the inside of that banana based on what we can see of its outside skin. If it looks clean and without blemish, we assume that the inside fruit will be sweet and tasty. Interestingly, the outside skin that we made the judgment on is immediately thrown away once we've chosen to eat it. We often make judgments on others by assessing their outside, their skin. We judge their personality, intelligence, pleasantness, and friendliness by their outside. How can we make such judgments? We judge ourselves by the same method. We stand in front of a mirror and are critical of how we look, even though we know that our opinion of what we are looking at is primarily for the benefit of others. We have grown up with the opinion that the outside reflects some inner quality. The world of popular opinion sets a scale on what looks beautiful, intelligent, cool, smart, educated, successful, rich, desirable, and even acceptable, and we judge ourselves according to the degree we think we measure up to that valuation. Of course, we all want to look our best, to present ourselves as the best version of us. We want to seek reassurance that we are acceptable in the environments that we live in. However, the size of the gap between who we display on the outside and who we are on the inside can cause us to struggle to find inner peace. We always worry that our mask will suddenly slip and expose a part of our essence that may not be acceptable. I'm sure we have all had that feeling when we find ourselves with an inner conviction that is contrary to the group we are with and must weigh up the consequences of speaking out and possibly facing ridicule, or keep quiet and hide our true feelings. We cannot reasonably expect to get our own way all the time, and that might even be good for us as we learn and grow. It is okay to conform to a group decision when it is jointly best for the majority. It takes conviction to know not only what you feel, but also why you feel it. Sometimes we may need to go against the popular opinions of those around us when it goes against our principles, morals, and values. We have all experienced the power of a 2-year-old child who has suddenly discovered that life will not always give him what he wants when he wants it. The terrible 2 stage in life is when a child discovers their voice and can now express their desire to be themselves. They have their own wants and can now express them. They don't really care what the opinions of their parents are. They scream, kick, fight, cry, and generally become uncooperative until they get what they want or get punished. What message do they come away with from such confrontations? You can't always get what you want because you won't be acceptable to those around you, and you may suffer the consequences for trying. Those consequences are often a period of detachment until they give in and conform. This is a lesson we take with us into the rest of our lives. There are, of course, rules we must learn regarding social behavior and consideration for others, but that can also cause us to subdue our uniqueness, our inner gifts, our outlook on life, and what's possible for us. We are taught to fall in line with the world around us or be excluded, so we build masks that allow us to cope. When who you have become is not who you are, it can promote feelings of being a fake, and that can cause stress, even depression, as we live out our lives as somebody that is not real. Who are we when we don't feel ourselves? The people who think they know us know only our masks. We likely only know their masks too. As we get older, we get tired of wearing some of those masks. We realize we would rather have only a few friends we can be real with than many that we have to wear a mask with. Some people call this midlife crisis. So, who is your I that your body and social attitudes belong to? And how is it different to the me that claims them? We are all born with an I and me. Let's take a minute to understand where those two parts are different. The I is the inner, often hidden, part of ourselves. The part that is the home of our natural talents, desires, beliefs, values, natural tendencies, propensities, and drives. This part of us is what makes us unique. Our me is the part of us that we choose to show the world. The function of our me is to hide the parts of us that we believe won't be acceptable to those around us. In other words, the masks we wear to fit in. We are not born with any understanding of who we are, for example, our race, sex, or social class. We are born selfish and demanding, but soon learn to conform. We imagine who we are based on the reactions and reflections of the people around us. According to sociologist Charles Horton Cooley, individuals develop their concept of self by observing how they are perceived by others. We see ourselves as a reflection of other people's opinions of us. The I is how you want or choose to see yourself from your point of view. The me is how others see you, because that is how you present yourself to them. They see our blind spots that we don't see or don't want to acknowledge. We are the actors, and the others are the audience. We often play to the crowd and look for their acceptance and applause. We also fall into a category called generalized other. That is how society sees you and how you are judged by being part of your race or sex or social standing or occupation, etc. In other words, the stereotype or category you are placed in. Carl Rogers claims a person realizes that his authentic self is a fluid stream of felt feelings and thoughts, and that to become such a person requires being open to new experiences and maintaining congruence or harmony, inside and outside. Think of it like this. What musical instrument are you? What musical group do you belong to? Who do you resonate with? Are you playing in a different key to those around you? Is that why there is no harmony in some parts of your life? What rhythm matches your soul? What pitch stirs your emotions? Are you a solo artist, playing to your own beat? Do others listen to you or put their hands to their ears? Whose song are you playing? Your best expression of yourself is when you are in harmony with your inner you, and also your surroundings. Like an orchestra, when the different parts of you line up, it produces a harmonic resonance. When they don't, they create dissonance. Are we out of tune with our surroundings? Is that why we feel we fit in with some people and not with others? Is that why there is harmony in some areas of our lives and dissonance in others? What annoys us, upsets us, angers us, or frustrates us? Is it when we become aware of something in our I that we know is available to us, but we can't experience it or express it through the masks we are wearing? Is it when we feel we haven't grown our character enough yet to apprehend it, or our environment prevents us from expressing it? We often try to understand it in our me, but our me is a mask we have built to hide, or even deny that very part of us that is now trying to break through. It might be a part of us that we don't like in others, so we try to push it down instead of bringing it out into the light and working to understand its importance to us. We must acknowledge that we carry both light and dark inside us. You cannot have the inside of a cup without also the outside. They come as a package and are built together at the same time. Sometimes we feel annoyed, frustrated, or even angry with other people or circumstances. Have you ever examined what causes those feelings inside us? If we take a minute to think about it, we might discover that it is because we have similar annoying parts inside ourselves that we don't like either. We won't always like or understand some parts of ourselves. However, while our authentic self may not always be pretty, it should always be real. The feelings inside us that we perceive as being negative are often a springboard for positive action, a new realization, and a better understanding of ourselves if we examine the purpose for having them, rather than shunning them. Our beliefs create our subjective bias. If we step outside our beliefs, we can become an unbiased observer where we don't have an attachment to a specific result. For example, in a game of football, both teams have a desire and a belief. Both sets of supporters have a desire and a belief, but the referee has an unbiased attachment to the result. From that point of view, he can be unconditionally fair to everyone while acknowledging everyone's individual desire and belief for a favorable outcome. His decisions are based on what actually happens and not how he would like to see the result. We narrow our view of the world and our place in it with many of the beliefs we hold. What are your subjective biases? See the bigger picture, the whole. Can you consider other points of view? Can you express why you hold the points of view that you do? Are they yours or someone else's? Are they influenced by some emotional attachment? Ask yourself, does that view expand me or contract me? How would that alter your opinion? You might decide not to change your opinion, but at least you will more fully know why you hold it. Our want and need to express the parts of us that we have kept hidden becomes a central part of our lives. We take up painting or decide to travel the world, or buy a sports car or wear the clothes we actually want to wear regardless of what others think. We stop sharing our happy moments on social media and start sharing our happy moments with those who we have found actually love us for who we are. Those people who matter to us and us to them, not because of what we can do for them or them for us, but simply because they know us as we want to be known and accept us for who we are. When we come to know who we are, our real I on the inside, we become definitive in our outlook on life, in our values, and in our character. We carry an inner strength that radiates out from our being. Other people notice it and acknowledge it. We speak with confidence and assurance because we know what we are saying and why we are saying it. We are authentic to who we are and why we are. It is then that we will become known as we want to be known. Quote, "The difference between school and life is this. In school, you are taught a lesson, then given a test. In life, you are given a test that teaches you a lesson." Tom Bodett.